Tigarou, le premier match en finale de la Coupe Stanley en 28 ans. On est prêt? Bon match. That's from producer Steph, and if I butchered it, I'm sorry. But I took French in grade 10, got a 60, and dropped it. So I'm trying my best, everybody. Hey, how you doing? Comment ça va? Steve Dangle. Watch the Stanley Cup Final with Steve Dangle is the name. 3 rounds, 3 different names for these streams. The Leafs really do ruin everything. But enough about them. Hey, you see that behind me? And you see my hand covering the screen? This is getting really meta. And it's moving at different times. Oh my God. I'm freaking out. Anyway, here we are. Stanley Cup Final. There's only 2 teams left. The Tampa Bay Lightning hosting the Montreal Canadiens for Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. Now, perhaps I should address this jersey behind me. So, after the Montreal Canadiens won Game 6 against the Vegas Golden Knights in Montreal, let's say Jean-Baptiste, I was tweeting afterwards, and there was a Habs fan that just straight up offered me money. Or they're like, or I could give it to Sick Kids. I'm like, give it to Sick Kids. Then someone said, we got to get a Habs jersey in that shadow box of yours, because it was previously a Team Canada jersey. And so I said, okay, raise $1,000 for Sick Kids. If you guys get together on like the Habs subreddit or something, get together as a community, make a donation to Sick Kids Hospital, post the receipt, like the tax receipt, hide all your information just to prove that you donated. And then so many people donated, and I started getting all these comments like, dude, we're drunk and happy. Like, you should have asked for 10 grand. And so someone said, now you got to wear a Montreal Canadiens jersey during your streams. So here's where we're at. Right now, PK Subban style, we have raised $7,600 for Sick Kids Hospital. That's mostly Habs fans. I was speaking to someone from Sick Kids today. Some donations coming in from the States as well. People just want to see me wear a Habs jersey on stream. I got one in the shadow box. I have another jersey right here. If you want to see me wear this jersey during one of these streams, and I'm going to say one of them because these things get hot. I'll say for all of Game 2, you got to get me to $10,000. So here's where you're going to do it. And Robert Malloy, who helps me with this stuff, I know you're watching. My last tweet, my most recent tweet, Steve_Dangle, that tweet right there, I've put the link for the Sick Kids Foundation. Make your donation on the Sick Kids website. Take your little receipt, your screenshot, make sure you block all your information in case it's there, and then tweet me the screenshot. Robert and the Habs Reddit, they're going to get together and they're going to tally up all the donations. And once we pass 10 grand for Sick Kids, looks like I'll be wearing the blue Blanc et Rouge. I've worn it before for a bet with Jeff Merrick on an episode of Ice Surfing. It's not really a big deal. I've worn Capitals jerseys and Vegas Golden Knights jerseys and Oilers jerseys. No one really seemed to care about that. This one ruffled some feathers. I don't care. I'm just trying to have some fun on these streams, and why not raise some money for a great cause while we're at it. Producer Drew sending me some of your questions. We're going to get to those in a moment, but I also want to direct your attention, in case you ever get bored of me or whatever, to sportsnet.ca. Gary Bettman and Bill Daly spoke at their annual sort of State of the Union address prior to the Stanley Cup Final. We are going to have more on the Blackhawks allegations and what Bill Daly and Gary Bettman said regarding that. But Elliot Friedman's 31 Thoughts dropped earlier today. And there's lots on that and how this is all evolving. And obviously we're heading into the offseason once the Stanley Cup Final's done. And so there's some news there as well. Now, let's get to some of your questions ahead of puck drop here. And obviously we'll talk throughout. If this is your first stream, welcome. I hope you enjoy it here. From Dylan, Fleury or Vasilevsky? I thought this was a very interesting question on account of Marc-Andre Fleury is not here. Andre Vasilevsky is. It's Vasilevsky. Easily to me, and I don't think that's controversial. I've said a few times recently, with Andre Vasilevsky, if you look at goaltenders who are in the Hockey Hall of Fame, and especially ones that have been inducted, I guess, maybe over the last quarter century, you know, you're not going back to the original six. We're talking about the relatively more modern guys. If you look at the resume that they have, Andre Vasilevsky might already have it to get into the Hockey Hall of Fame. And by the time it's all said and done, I believe he's 27 or 28. By the time it's all said and done for him, to me, he'll absolutely be a Hockey Hall of Fame goalie. Now, Marc-Andre Fleury may be as well, but by the time it's all said and done, I think Vasilevsky will have potentially more cups, potentially more individual hardware, potentially better numbers in terms of wins, save percentage, etc. And also, Vasilevsky's like 10 years younger than Fleury. That obviously hasn't slowed Fleury down too much because going to Vegas seems to have revitalized his career. But to me, if we're having a conversation about forget the Vezina. The Vezina is just who's having a good year. If we're talking about the best goaltenders in the sport, we're talking Carey Price, we're talking Andre Vasilevsky, and in my humble opinion, we're talking Connor Hellebuyck. Maybe too long of an answer, but whatever. Kylan goes, Price or Vasilevsky? That's mean. That is okay. So, Carey Price has to do more than Vasilevsky does. I don't think I'm being unfair saying that. There are very few times where I've watched the Tampa Bay Lightning and been like, wow, they would be garbage without Vasilevsky. More often than not, I'm watching them going, they could have most teams backup as their starter, and they'd still at least make the playoffs. So Price or Vasilevsky? I'll say Price just because he's been so superhuman in these playoffs, but Vasilevsky, 4 straight shutouts in elimination games. That's goofy. That's ridiculous. That's an extremely, extremely good goaltender. By the way, click like and click subscribe. You don't want to miss any of these. This is obviously just game 1 of our stream. Watch the Stanley Cup final with Steve Dangle. Shout out to producer Steph for creating this little graphic and also for the little French lesson. Andrew, who's been the most impressive Hab on this run? I got into a little bit of, I drew the ire of some Habs fans because I was praising Cole Caulfield, but I was also saying no one else on the Habs is really having an unreal offensive performance, which that's just not true. But the 2 most common names that I got as a rebuttal were Nick Suzuki and Tyler Toffoli, who play with Cole Caulfield. So to me, like, Toffoli was always great and he had a great season. Suzuki was always great and he had a great season. But to me, Caulfield is the straw that stirs the drink because he's just this new X factor to the team that they didn't have for the vast majority of a season in which they only finished 18th out of 31 teams. And I just feel like he allows them to be them. Like the reason Gallagher and Deneau, etc., are able to zero in on the other team's top offensive targets is because they're getting offense from other lines. I'm not saying this facetiously. Like Philip Deneau is having one of the best playoffs that any person who doesn't have a goal has ever had who isn't a goalie. You know what I mean? And some goalies have had more goals than this, but been less effective. Thomas, who's winning the cup? How dare you? How dare I know my answer. I ain't saying it here. I'm going to say it here. The Tampa Bay Lightning, in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying it insultingly. In fact, if you're a Montreal Canadiens fan right now, you're going, oh, phew. Because the second people start believing in them, they might choke. You know, everyone's been doubting them the whole time, and they've been winning. I think that's the secret sauce, isn't it? Here's something that's just flat out true. The Habs have been wonderful. They've been really good, super hardworking, super disciplined. Their penalty kill is out of this world. But probably the biggest and nastiest defense they're about to face in the Lightning. The Lightning probably have the deepest group of forwards. They probably have the most talented group of forwards Montreal has faced. They have the best power play that Montreal has faced. They have probably the most experience that Montreal has faced. Certainly playoff experience. In the first round, they got the bleeping Leafs. You know? And Vegas has only been around for 4 years. Even though they've done well all those 4 years, it's only 4. Tampa, man, they've been in contention with a couple hiccups since 2015, basically. Even going back, like they've had a bunch of trips to the Final Four. Everyone forgets 2011 against Boston. That went all the way to Game 7 with Tampa. So, and Andrei Vasilevsky's the best goalie that they've faced. There he is right there. Those are just his numbers. I was like, he played more than 7 games. He was a .940 against the Islanders with 2 shutouts, including one in the elimination game. Oh my God, they're so good. Cole Caulfield, not a care in the world. Great body language on these guys. Islanders, by the way, amazing atmosphere in their building for that series. Tampa, though, really underrated. Underrated fans. I think we need to get rid of the, Florida doesn't care about hockey stereotypes. I think that's garbage. I know the Panthers struggle with attendance sometimes. But, oh boy, if you're a goaltender, what do? There's maybe not the best scoring chance, but an okay one to start. Tampa plays with such pace. Montreal was able to, in my opinion, tire out other teams. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that to Tampa. Sergachev against the Habs is quite the angle. The Cap era just has so much moving back and forth. There's always one of those pretty much in every series. Oh, Braden Point is just unbelievable, this guy. Here's Caulfield. Already looking dangerous. Where is it? It's in the corner. Where is it? The Habs, man, don't sleep on them. You can't. You just can't. Starts this line, the Gord line that does a lot of this, plays in the offensive zone, try to set the tone. Deneau's line has done such a wonderful job of defending there. There they are using speed. Caulfield, that's a little bit too open of a look to be giving Cole Caulfield a minute into the game. I think on both these goaltenders, you'll see players trying to go. Assistant coaches throughout the NHL are just littered with, I forgot about that guy. And right now, I forgot that Jeff Halpern was there. And I recognized him because I always got him in video games. I don't know why. He was just so good. And I think he was a right-handed shot, and I always did better with right-handed shots. Nastiness. It's amazing. Montreal has gotten so much out of so many players, and I still feel like Josh Anderson has another level to give. He's saved there by Price. Oh, wow! Yeah, setting the tempo there. Tampa's got a lot of guys who can do that, and if I know Tampa, Big Rig is going to do something this next shift here. Like, can you believe this? Anderson's absolutely right to be mad. And by the way, so Gary Bettman, we can talk about, some of the things he said. But one of the things he talked about was he defended officiating, and he's like, hey, hockey's the fastest sport on earth, and we have the best hockey officials on earth. And I'm like, you know what? No lies detected. But then when talking about the difference in officiating between the regular season and playoffs, he basically seemed to imply that wasn't true. And it's simply a lie. He's lying. There's absolutely a difference. I feel completely comfortable saying he's lying. And if he's not lying, he's a very poor judge. Because every hockey fan in the world, he's basically calling hockey fans dumb. Every hockey fan in the world knows officiating is different from the playoffs to the regular season. Every hockey fan on the face of the planet. I've never met one who's like, nope, the exact thing. Get out of here. Shut up. Robert Malloy telling me the donations are coming in fast. We're past $8,000 raised for, almost said Easter Seals, sorry, Sick Kids Hospital. Easter Seals will get you another time. Got a lot of charities that mean a lot to me. Those two are pretty close to the top of the list. I really can't believe Tampa was able to get David Savard on top of everything. Oh, Gallagher. Whoa, that did not miss by a lot. There's a what's going on here? Are the Habs trying to draw something, or is Tampa? Because that's now the second time they've had one of those little jousting matches.
Power up the free play site at bet99.net and see why Canadians like me
oh my God, so many questions. Victor, if Price wins the cup, does he get into the Patrick Waugh / Dryden greatest Habs goalie ever convo? He gets into the conversation for sure. I don't think he gets very deep, and that's not an insult to Price. It's just acknowledging how rich the history of Montreal Canadiens goaltending is. Ken Dryden, I mean, I had people yelling at me that when we did a podcast bit, we were trying to name the top 5 goalies of all time. I'm trying to remember who they all were, in what order. I think there was, in no particular order, there was Dominik Hasek, there was Martin Brodeur, there was Patrick Waugh, there was Jacques Plante, and I think Terry Sawchuk was the other. And people were arguing Ken Dryden should be in there. It's one Stanley Cup. Makes it very difficult to get into the conversation for all-time Habs. That was a good shot by Point. Habs doing a good job of cleaning up the trouble and turning it around the other way. No Joel Armia, by the way. I think Jake Evans has taken his spot. But Armia is there, and he did take warm-ups. But he was on a private jet today. There was something to do with COVID protocols. That's a giveaway. Oh, what a stop. I told you about Anderson. He's for... Uh-oh. To me, he's been much better late in the series, typically. I know he played the hero in one game in particular against Vegas, tying and winning it in overtime. Not bad, eh? For as good a story as the Habs would be if they win, easy stuff for Price. For as good of a story as it would be, the idea that Stamkos played 5 shifts during last year's Cup run and they still won, that's fascinating to me. But the idea that Tampa could then just turn around and do it with him the following year, like, what a story. What a story.
Clearly, the game plan is to try to go high, and a couple have gone too far. Stamkos moving in to take this draw against Kotkaniemi. And an
Brahma Bull fan. Smell what the Rock is cooking. If the Leafs, here's the Leafs question. If the Leafs beat the Habs, would they be here right now? I think they'd have a shot. They'd have a shot. I think they would have, I don't know, I like to think they would have beaten Winnipeg. But Winnipeg made it to the second round. They didn't. Vegas is tough. Their style, I don't know if they could have beaten Vegas with the style that they play. The Habs played such good, disciplined defense, and the Leafs' defense was much, much better this season than in years past. I don't know if they would have quite been able to lock it down the way the Habs did. They also don't really have... Oh, that was almost a giveaway. They don't really have, like, a defensive specialist up front, like Philip Deneau. You know, some would say Zach Hyman, who's probably leaving, by the way. I disagree. Like, again, it's so much different when you have a center that's able to do that than a winger. Johnny Smooth, will Deneau be the worst first-line center to ever win the Cup? Woo! No! I mean, by the numbers, maybe. I don't know if any bad number one center has ever won the Cup, because I don't think you can be a bad number one center and win the Cup. Advantageous face-off there from Montreal, but can they get it? They haven't cleared it yet, and there it is. But it was a good question. We tried to tackle it on the podcast. We were trying to remember, like, the last really underwhelming number one center on a cup-winning team, and that's a good pickoff there. It's really difficult to think of any. Like, one of the worst names we could think of. Oh, what a goal! Wow, that was fast. Holy smokes, this Tampa Bay Lightning team moves fast. I almost shouted Steven Stamkos. It's not 91. It's 81. Eric Cernak, who Tampa Bay acquired. Was that part of the Lindros trade tree? They got him in a trade with the LA Kings. It was a long time ago. Let's see that. Here he is. It's a give and go, and just no one picks him up. And that's a great tip. What a feed from Andre Palat. Gets right through the stick of Ben Sherratt. Tip. Up and Price so close to getting a piece of it. But holy cow, you got a defenseman who can jump up in the rush and do that. And he's not even, like, where do you rank Cernak among Tampa defensemen? Holy cow, this team is a wagon. Is that a penalty? Is what's going on here? And now Coleman's got to leave the ice. I know you want to let him play, but at some point, I mean, is enforcing the rules hard or what? Here comes Tampa again. Boy, they don't slow down, do they? They're offside. Oh boy! If they were a little bit more patient there, Montreal could have had something going there. Tim, how much do we need to raise for you to get a Habs tattoo? Buddy, I don't have any tattoos. You think my first one's going to be the Habs? Hell no. I'm never getting a Habs tattoo. Never. I'm not even getting a Leafs tattoo. I always try to think of what I would get a tattoo. I like the idea. I love the idea of a tattoo. But, Steve, you're going to get one? Oh, no. I'm scared. I also have too many moles. And I'm hairy. Apple Silver. What has the greater bearing on the game today? Calls or non-calls? It's always non-calls. It's always non-calls. Because even, let's say there's a soft call, or there's a call that's inconsistent with the way the game has been officiated, right? Like it seems soft. Even if that soft call leads to a goal, we can't measure how many goals were prevented or caused by non-calls. Does that make sense? So, you know, let's say there's a cheap hooking penalty after a rough and tumble game and guys have been hooking and tripping each other all night so far anyway. Let's say there's a... Oh! Where is it? There it is, in the corner. Oh boy, Tampa's buzzing. Anyway, so there's one goal there off a power play on a relatively soft hooking call. Here's something for the Habs. Danault's got a pass there. Oh! I thought he had Lehkonen for a while. Anyway, I think I've made my point. You know what I mean. This series so far is much harder to talk through. The rate of play is extremely fast. And I will say, I know Montreal Canadiens fans, you're rooting against them right now, but as an impartial viewer, please ignore the jersey behind me. As an impartial viewer, Tampa is a joy to watch. You can watch them with your brain turned all the way off and just appreciate, ooh. Tampa ruins watching other teams. Tampa makes other teams look like they don't try. Tampa's made Carey Price play the puck. I think that's at least the third time, and how are we halfway through this period already? You see what I mean? The stream's going to be like 45 minutes. Oh my God, what a play. That was Ryan McDonough, who almost, with a spinorama, had the goal of the playoffs until he was robbed by Ryan Pulock. Lumex. Steve, what's your ideal outdoor game? Like which two teams? Have the Habs and Leafs never played an outdoor game? I don't think they have. The Leafs have gotten Detroit, which makes sense. Washington for some reason. And I think that's it. Montreal got Edmonton, I think. I would like it to be Leafs-Habs. Are you kidding? Leafs-Habs. I did see Habs versus Bruins in Boston. And if I'm not mistaken, Montreal killed them. I think the final score was like 5-1. Hey, watch a Stanley Cup final game. Or watch the Stanley Cup final with Steve Dangle. I'm still getting used to the new title too. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. And let's keep answering your questions as we're in commercial break and I can actually breathe. Quinn, how do you think the Habs shutdown line will perform against Tampa's top guys? So this is the problem. It can't just be the shutdown line. You'd think the shutdown line's probably going to see a lot of Kucherov, a lot of Point. Tampa's got a lot more weapons than that. Like, those are their two best guys. But the first goal of the series was scored by Eric Cernak, assisted by Andre Palat. Yanni Gourde is an absolute water bug, an exhausting monster. Killorn, super underrated, sort of gets lost in this group. They got a lot of guys, the Tampa Bay Lightning. So it can't just be Danault and Gallagher and Lehkonen. It can't just be them carrying the full defensive load of this team, because even if they do their job to perfection, Montreal could still lose. It's got to be a team buy-in, which luckily for them, they've gotten so far in these playoffs. Cody, oh, this is a great question. Kaprizov or Caulfield in the shootout? Ooh. That's so hard. Because Kaprizov, I don't know what his shootout record is. But he's been in the NHL a little longer. And he's a little older. Tie goes to the veteran. I'm going to say Kaprizov, but I would not be shocked if I changed my answer less than halfway through next season. He's extremely creative. There he is. There's Big Rig yapping. There's Big Rig yapping. I cannot believe that Patrick Maroon, who Drew Doughty once said on mic sucked at hockey, is going for his third straight Stanley Cup. He's playing in his third straight Stanley Cup final. Absolutely unbelievable. And has never really cashed in, by the way. Like, there was a time where if you were a relatively effective fourth liner on a cup-winning team, buddy, here's $3 million. Here's $3 million for the next 4 years. And the contract would probably end up sucking, and fans would lament that guy, and they would try to trade him. I wonder if players just got wise to that, and they're like, what if I just won a lot instead of being a burden? Like, all right, you'll get $12 million, but it's going to be your last deal because your name's going to be mud. Or you could sign for like 1.5 every year and be viewed as this depth demigod. Producer Soup says it's been too long since you mentioned Red Dead. Shut up, Producer Soup. I paused my game for this stream. All right? I'm about to rob a riverboat in Saint Denis. I got a lot going on. Oh, I thought that might have been tipped in. Boy, Cernak, dangerous. There's Big Rig. I just like calling him that. You know, this is such an adjustment for Montreal, too. Vegas's forwards were useless in that series. Montreal was effective against them, sure, but for crying out loud, Vegas's forwards could not accomplish a thing. And then your transition to a team... Oh, I thought he was offside too. You're transitioning from a team that cannot generate offense out of their forwards to the Tampa Bay Lightning. A little bit different. Holy cow. The amount of fans outside of Amalie Arena right now as we take another quick break. Hey, click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends, gosh darn it. Hussein, did you really just compare Bo Horvat to Crosby? No? When? What? Huh? I literally don't know what you're talking about. Chris, Steve, don't you just dream of one day having that Stanley Cup Finals patch on your Leafs jerseys? Oh. I still haven't gotten my NBA Finals patch for my Raptors jersey. I really should. Thanks. You just made me sad. Man, I already said this in a stream, but I watched Alec Martinez's 2014 goal where he wins the cup in overtime at home over the Rangers in 2014 for the Kings. And I just see the building going nuts and the players throwing their gloves everywhere. And I was just like, ugh, the team I cheer for is never going to get that moment, are they? No, well, I still cheer for them because I'm stupid. Woo! Heather, what do you think of the cheapest pair of tickets being close to $20,000 in Montreal? It's cheaper to fly to Tampa and watch all 4 games by a lot. Holy cow. I did not know that was the case. I knew this would happen. Think of how expensive Habs tickets would be for a regular season game. Now imagine the first round. Now imagine the second. Now imagine the third. Now imagine they're in the Stanley Cup final. Now imagine the arena is at like, what, 20% capacity because of the pandemic. There are no seats. So these seats would have been expensive. They would have probably been 4 digits anyway. A lot of them, the good ones, for the Stanley Cup final. But now that pretty much no one's allowed in the building, it doesn't shock me at all. Here's my question. How are there 3,500 people who can afford to pay 20 grand? Obviously, that's not literally the case. They're not all $20,000. But the fact that any are is mind-blowing. You pay $20,000 to go to a hockey game. They better let you play a shift. Oh, this could be something. No, Hedman cool as a cucumber. Victor Hedman is a ridiculously massive man, by the way. I've stood next to him. I've spoken to him a couple times. Spoke to him in St. Louis. Yeah, Gallagher not backing down, though. Holy smokes! That 3-on-1 seemed entirely unnecessary. He's always smiling, though, eh? Oh, he loves it. He loves it. Yeah, I've spoken to Gallagher in person, too. And I was taller than him. And then there's Victor Hedman, who's just huge. Huge. Oh, I want another look at that Sherrod hit. Oh, who doesn't? How can you not love Brendan Gallagher? Like, if your team is playing against him, I totally get why you would hate him. But, oh, look at him! Look at him! He's going after a guy who's got like 9-10 inches of height difference on him. God knows how much weight. Oh, how can you not love Brendan Gallagher? Come on now. Victor Hedman's such a beast. Barry, if Braden Point keeps scoring... Oh, is Gallagher hurt? I know he's got that messed up hand. Uh-oh. Keep an eye on that. Barry, if Braden Point keeps scoring, could he be another losing player to win the Conn Smythe if the Habs win? Oh, boy. We're not going to know the answer to that until we see the rest of the series. Because he'd have to be really good. We like to get ahead of ourselves. I think we were doing that in 2017 with Erik Karlsson, who was spectacular. But I think you can win the Stanley Cup. Whoop. Oh. I think you can win the Conn Smythe if your team loses the Stanley Cup in the Stanley Cup final. I don't think you can win most valuable player of the playoffs if you don't even play every round. Unless you have like 50 goals and your team still loses somehow. I just don't see how that's possible. Sherratt trying to get a piece of Kucherov there, and why not? He's potentially playing injured. You know, for all the talk of, oh, no big money players are still in the playoffs, I think we often forget that Tampa's got two guys making 9.5. Vasilevsky and Kucherov. Oh, Price did not see that. He was looking around. I do like Gallagher. As long as we're talking about players I love, just personally, Anthony Cirelli. Oshawa Generals captain, Memorial Cup, baby, 2015. Ooh. See, that's not smart. Sometimes pushing a guy in front of your goalie is not smart. I'm not sure who that was again. Was that Cirelli? But he got shoved and he basically elbowed Carey Price right in the head. We're getting a lot of breaks in quickly because that first block of the game was just so rapid. Snezhinka, Leafs would have played Tampa in round 3 though, so different. That's yeah, no, they'd be dead. They'd be dead. Who are we kidding? I don't think there's any scenario where the Leafs could have gotten to the Cup final this year, knowing what we know. Even if they had won in Game 5 or 6 or 7. God, I'm so sad! Adam Smasher. Steve, I know it's legally allowed, but how do you honestly feel about the Tampa cap situation? So, you know what's amazing? Everyone talks about Nikita Kucherov and how, he didn't play a game for Tampa all season. There's $17 million over the cap. Nikita Kucherov only accounts for like half of that. Like what they did with the cap this year was staggering. What I would say is this. I've said this a few times. Almost every team could not do what Tampa did. Not just in terms of money, but in terms of, let's say, tinfoil hat, conspiracy theory, let's say they just kept Kucherov out. Like, he was injured, he did get surgery, he needed to recover, but he could have come back earlier, and that would have cost them LTIR, cap space, blah, 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 blah. Let's say that's the master plan, okay? Who can afford to do that? Can the Caps afford to just have Ovechkin out? What about Nicholas Backstrom? What about Evgeny Kuznetsov? Can the Penguins afford to just keep Crosby out? Keep Malkin out? You know, can just keep going down the list. The Montreal Canadiens. Oh, we're just going to hide Carey Price so we can spend over the cap. We're going to have Jake Allen and Caden Primo all year, and we're going to hide Price and only bring him out in the playoffs. Most teams cannot do what Tampa is accused of doing. So, I don't know. I still think a luxury tax is a good idea. You know, if you want to spend over the cap, all right. But, you know, like in baseball, there's a heavy tax to it, and you're going to help out the smaller teams. And in hockey, I feel like there's less incentive to do that. Because then every year, you're going to be playing against the Tampa Rays. Or the what was it, the Miami Marlins? The Yankees were paying more of their payroll. What happened here with Gallagher? What happened here? I was too busy yapping. We got our first power play of the game. It's going to Montreal. Oh, Gallagher just gets dumped. Oh, it might have been that extra shot after.
Right there away from behind Barclay Goodrow.
Oh, here, watch the... Oh, it's cross-checking. I mean, I look surprised because that's not a cross-check that gets called in these playoffs. 6 have been used as weapons in these playoffs. Maybe that should be a cross-check. You know what I mean? But up to this point in the playoffs, no. No, it has not been. Dudes have been breaking their sticks on guys. Game 1 of the season, you know, I remember it was obviously Habs Leafs, and I promise I'm bringing them up for a Habs-related reason. But the conversation coming out of that game was Shea Weber's abuse of Austin Matthews in front of the net. But, oh, this could be something for Tampa. Oh, Cirelli. The story coming out of that game was Shea Weber's abuse of Matthews in front of the net. But in that same game, Matthews cross-checked Sherratt so hard that he broke his stick. And I don't even think it was called. And I remember just being like, oh, it's going to be that kind of season, is it? Oh, Habs in deep! Habs in deep! Oh! They get a shot off there. That's a good pass. Corey Perry's been so good. You see the Dallas Stars wished him luck on Twitter? Thought that was classy. You got Caulfield. Get Caulfield open. Get him open. And they're not able to do it, and they clear the puck. Does Caulfield have a one-timer? I haven't really seen him uncork it. Obviously really like that player. Only less than 30 seconds to go. Oh! That's really not going to be able to get to that. Oh, Kotkaniemi getting run a little bit there. Yeah, Montreal's not going to be able to do anything with the tail end of this power play. Good kill by Tampa. There were opportunities. Montreal wanting too many men there. Oh, reminder, if this is your first stream, I do not hear the broadcast in my ears. So if I'm like, what is that? And someone on the broadcast just said what it was, I didn't hear. Montreal, a little bit of momentum maybe? Kodak, good question. Who's captain after Weber is gone? I would assume Brendan Gallagher. Gallagher, and then down the line, I think Suzuki could be one day, but not yet. Captain's a tough thing. Ideally, you have more than one player. Oh, this could be something for Montreal. ideally you have more than one player on your team who's worthy of it, right?
Send it back in.
And ideally that continues over generations, right? So one day Shea Weber's going to be done playing hockey, and then you can give the captaincy to Gallagher, and then he'll play. And then one day, a few years after that, he'll be done playing hockey, and then you can give it to Suzuki, or who knows, Caulfield develops into a huge leader.
Canada's nightly newscast tonight on CBC News Network.
Producer True, of course. Of course, the Leafs fan likes the luxury tax idea. Buddy, I don't like it because of the Leafs. Like, buddy, they're. I'm so done saying, oh yeah, they'd win if this. Like, I'm going into this offseason with zero enthusiasm. They announced today they were going to re-sign Wayne Simmons, or Elliot Friedman did. And I like me some Wayne Simmons, but I felt almost nothing. Spezza made me happy. But, like, at the end of the day, what are you going to do, run it back? Oh! Tampa doesn't have that many shots. This is a relatively low event period, which I think is good news for Montreal, but all their shots have felt pretty dangerous. Kucherov with the high stick there. Is he getting called? Looks like it. Yeah, we got Ben Sherratt there, just a little careless with the stick. Was he calling it a dive? I mean, I saw it in real time, but let's see here. Oh, I mean, kind of cross-checks him in the head. I don't know if they're going to call that cross-checking or roughing. By playoff standards, again, I don't know. I don't know. Tim Peel at home, like, the makeup call made me proud. I mean, for a hit that didn't look like it really connected that hard, Kucherov sure seems to be feeling the effects of it. And now Tampa with a broken up power play, 20 for 53. I think there's something like 37% in these playoffs. But Montreal's penalty kill, 43 for 46. Two of the three teams they've played have not... Oh! Two of the three teams that they played have not managed to score a power play goal on them. Oh my God, look at the way they moved the puck. Oh my God. Tampa is slicing through the Habs penalty kill. We haven't seen this in a very long time. Oh! They're passing the puck at will. I know that wasn't the best one. And they're coming undone here, and this will end the period. Tampa Bay, you know, has got to feel pretty good, I think, about the way that first period went, because it was relatively low events, certainly low shots on goal hockey, which you got to think Montreal is going to want. Yeah, this is staggering numbers. But they come out of the first period with a 1-0 lead. Kucherov just fanning on that shot. Hedman to Kucherov. Oh, and he meant to do that. Price with the save on Killorn. Oh, I thought he just whiffed on it. Hoo, baby. Wow. Wow. Carey Price with a couple pretty good ones so far. Update, by the way, on the Sick Kids campaign. So if here's the deal, short and sweet. If Habs fans raise $10,000 for Sick Kids, I will wear this Habs jersey for the entirety of my Game 2 stream here on the Sportsnet YouTube channel. From Robert Malloy, we're at 8,150. Can we get there by the end of this game? I sure hope so. Watch a Habs game with Steve Dangle. Nope. Watch the Stanley Cup final with Steve Dangle. I got to get used to it. Last round, I was screwing it up, calling it the thing from before, and now I'm doing it again. Watch the Stanley Cup final with Steve Dangle. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Adrian, is Price now Canada's starting Olympic goalie after this postseason performance? I kind of think he is. And I also don't think it'll be such a bad thing. And this is obviously assuming we go to the Olympics. Didn't sound too good after Bettman's comments today. But I think it'll be a good thing because, I mean, like a guy like Carter Hart, for example, had a horrible season, but I'm pretty confident he's going to be a good goalie. He's just young. Mackenzie Blackwood is another guy who's probably in the conversation. Would it be so bad to learn from Carey Price at an Olympics? And also, like, let's say Carey Price falters, which is impossible to imagine, but let's say he does. I mean, Olympic teams, I believe 2002 and in 2010, Canada used different goalies. If I'm not mistaken, Canada tried Brodeur in 2010. Super didn't work. So they went with Luongo. And then I want to say 2002, wasn't it? It was either Cujo and then they went with Brodeur, or Cujo and they went with Waugh. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. Corey, Weber or Hedman in a fight? Wow. Hedman right now, because Weber has a busted hand, but all things equal, two guys who don't really ever have to drop the mitts. Okay, two guys, both of them fully healthy. I'll say Shea Weber, because I've met both men. I've interviewed both men. Weber has an energy about him. Hedman's pretty chill. I'm sure he turns it on and he's different on the ice and everything. But Weber, I spoke to him one day. He was perfectly fine. He was perfectly nice. I spoke to him the next day, and I think he was cold and just wanted to go in the building. And he just gave me this look. And I understood that I was to stop asking questions and back away before he ate me for dinner. He's just got that look. Do we want to do a break? Let's go for a quick break. We're going to do a quick intermission break. Less than 5 minutes, I promise. Don't go anywhere. Actually, do go somewhere. Go to my Twitter, Steve_Dangle. My most recent tweet. Donate to sick kids using the link in that tweet, and then reply to that tweet with a receipt of your donation to sick kids. I will be back in less than 5. Watch the Stanley Cup Final with Steve Dangle. Watch the Stanley Cup final with Steve Dangle. I'm Steve Dangle, and we're back here on the Sportsnet YouTube channel. I'm so glad that you're here with me. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Producer Drew has hooked me up with a bunch of your questions. But before I get to those, so we were talking about, I've never seen this. I'm on Cap Friendly right now. Tampa Bay projected cap space, $0. I've never seen that before. But we were talking about how far over the cap Tampa is, right? How much LTIR they had to use. Thomas Drance on Twitter asks a very interesting question. He says, tired. It's a scandal that Tampa Bay is permitted to play in the playoffs when they're so far over the upper limit. Wired. It's a scandal that no one offer sheeted Eric Cernak last offseason when adding a 6'3", 230-pound right-handed D that can do that was right there. He is absolutely right. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, Eric Cernak was not the only offer sheet target. If I'm not mistaken, at one point, Cernak, Sergachev, and Cirelli all needed deals. I don't know how many would have been eligible for an offer sheet, but I'm pretty confident there was more than one offer sheet candidate, and no one went for it. Tampa put Tyler Johnson on waivers. No one went for it. So, I mean, this is why, to me, Julien Brisebois absolutely should have been nominated for GM of the Year. That's cap gymnastics. It's all legal. You can moan about it all you want. Listen, I'm not sure you should be able to spend that far over the upper limit either. Islanders spent very high over the cap too, and they don't really get crap for it because they spent like $9 or $10 million less than the Lightning did. But the Lightning were vulnerable last offseason. Coming off of the Cup win, you could have offer sheeted someone. They want to cash in. Well, I already won. Now I'm going to go get my money. And then they sign for these deals. Like, what's Cernak making? What's Cernak making? Let's look here. Cernak, who is 24, he signed for $2.95 million. So basically $3 million. He's the fourth. Come on, man. He's the fourth highest paid Tampa D. That's so ridiculous. Braden Point, they were able to lock up. He's only got the 1 year left. 6.75. Cirelli, 4.8. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Sorry, that's my dog groaning in the background. Sergachev, 4.8. And they got him on like the third pair for something to do. The Lightning were absolutely vulnerable this offseason, and everyone let them off the hook. I don't know if you can hear that growling, but it's my dog. Hey, click like and subscribe, and also Steve_Dangle on Twitter. Go to my most recent tweet, and if you feel like it, donate to Sick Kids Hospital. And if we pass our goal of $10,000, I will wear a Montreal Canadiens jersey for all of the Game 2 stream. We're over $8,000 already. My dog is distracting me. I'll stop. I'll pay attention. T-Mo-T. Best hockey movie. Ooh. I do like Goon. I like the Mighty Ducks. I like the first one because it reminds me of being a kid. Mystery Alaska was truly ridiculous. I don't know how many of you saw Mystery Alaska. The Love Guru is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Like, I don't know how you undo all three Austin Powers with one movie. I hate to slander a fellow Leafs fan, but holy cow. A buddy of mine, I'll tell you the story real quick. There was a buddy of mine and I from university, and we hadn't seen each other in a while. We lived many cities over. I don't think either of us drove at the time. But he's like, you know what? I'm going to visit you. I'm going to come to Scarborough. I'm going to visit you, and we're going to go watch a movie. What do you want to see? And we said The Love Guru, because we thought we would both love it. And we did not. And on our way home, it was like so quiet. The vibe was just off. And I literally said, I was like, okay, we can't do this. We can't end the night like this. Like, you have to sleep over now. So we stole a couple of my dad's beers and we walked up the street to a bar that was closed. They had closed, and they're like, yeah, sorry, we're not serving anymore. And we told them what happened to our night and like how bummed we were. And they served us for like 2 hours. I miss bars. Do you miss bars? I miss bars. Anyway, so thanks to the Love Guru for that experience. It couldn't have happened without it. Adam, what snacks you got ready for tonight? I don't know if we're going to do snacks. Tonight. I had a big burrito bowl before this, and I enjoyed it. Robert Harder. That's no, I'm not going to do it. What's one rule you would remove from the game? One rule I would remove from the game. Trapezoid's kind of pointless, isn't it? I've always thought it was silly, and I feel like there's been numerous opportunities to call penalties there, and they just won't. Like, I understand the purpose of the puck over the glass penalty, and like the league wants to manufacture offense and blah, 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 blah. And you can justify it. You know, you can justify that it's not just accidental. Like, so I apply pressure to you. I skate into you really fast. That causes you to get rid of the puck quickly, and you screw up and you throw it over the glass, and that's a penalty. That's delay a game. That at least factors into your strategy. But if something is never called, kind of just feels like it's pointless to me. So I'm going to say the trapezoid. I might change my mind by the end of the night. Marco, if there was a bronze medal, who you taking? Vegas Golden Knights or New York Islanders? That's hilarious. I love that idea. There should be a winner-take-all bronze medal. The Bronze Cup. The Islanders. I was super unimpressed with Vegas. I was really impressed with what their defense can do. And we're going to come back to game action right now. I say the Islanders would beat Vegas. There's Ben Sherratt talking to the ref. I believe he's going to start the period in the box. Tampa's going to have a power play here. This faceoff is very huge, and Montreal wins it. Felt like you could have gone back with that, but you kill a few seconds off the clock, and now Tampa is forced to make a more difficult entry, but when you have Victor Hedman, never mind, they clear it. Montreal's penalty kill looking good. Oh my God. It's a good pass. It's a good hit. Tampa really struggling here. They might get in now, though. Kucherov loves his spin pass. It's basically the same entry as the last time. And they can't get that going either. By the time Tampa Bay gets situated, they'll have about 30 seconds left in the power play. Yeah, maybe 20 by the time they actually get set up. It's not looking good for Tampa's power play here. But if Stamkos is able to get it loose, this could be something. Yeah, they got time to work here. This is bad for Montreal. Kucherov shot off the body in front. 3 seconds to go. They can still get a shot off after Sherratt leaves the box. Oh, and Braden Point, wonderful opportunity, but he loses it. Oh, good opportunity for Braden Point. Man, Montreal did an amazing job preventing the entry there. There's a giveaway. And Toffoli whiffs on it. Montreal did an amazing job preventing the entry, but once Tampa gets set up, that's... I have a hard time believing they're not going to get a power play goal, at least one in the series. I don't care how good the Habs penalty kill is. Oh, that was a good opportunity there. don't know if you'd call that a rush chance. Do they go from 0 to 1? William, apple or orange juice? Depends. Depends on the day. I used to say orange juice, but I think I've grown into apple. Because when you're a grown-up, apple juice is apple cider. Oh, Stamkos! Oh, Cirelli digging at it. I'm surprised there wasn't a bigger reaction from the Habs there. Can't be letting him whack at Carey Price like that. Oh, Vasilevsky having difficulty handling that one. I thought he did that on purpose for a second. Oh, Braden Point had a lot of net to shoot at there. Jeez, how does he get that wide open? Oh, because it's Cole Caulfield and you don't really have a say in the matter. Cernak kind of going after the legs there a little bit. Cirelli, wow, that's just a great play by Montreal. Clean win and they're off. They use your own clean win against you. Gallagher on net. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, baby. Montreal not going away. Still tons of game left, right? 17-13 left in the second. Come on now. Levi, is Hedman the best Swedish defenseman since Lidstrom? Or is that still Karlsson? It's Karlsson. I mean, I know he's taken a step back, but let's not, ignore his contract, ignore the step back he's taken in his game. I think we're all forgetting how unbelievably dominant Erik Karlsson was in pretty recent memory. I think the Habs just hit the post. Again, I don't have the broadcast in my ear, but I assume I missed a very loud ping. There's some of that Tampa speed I was telling you about. The Habs have put together a few decent rushes over the last couple minutes since the penalty kill. That was Ben Sherratt there. Oh, he does hit the post. Someone got a piece of that in front. Oh, baby. That's a close one. Yeah, Corey Perry. I got the camera on him. I think he got a piece. Tully, can I donate $11,000 so you never have to wear that Habs jersey? In the spirit of... No. I should have maybe done like a versus, like whoever raises the most, I'll wear their jersey or whatever. But oh, big opportunity! Carey Price! What a glove stop! You can't believe in Steven Stamkos alone in front like that. Are you joking me? But Carey Price, probably the best save he's ever made in the Stanley Cup final. Point blank with Stammer. Oh, Price trying to give him glove, and he got it. Woo! Picking cherries. Not a bad one. Silent Cartographer. How are you not talking about most valuable primate? That's for our hockey movies discussion. I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen it. I've never seen it. There are a bunch of movies from when I was like late elementary school / high school. Movies that are like 25 years old. Boy, they have a lot of trouble holding up. Ken Reed and Jeff Merrick are always big on, oh, you'll love Slapshot. And you watch it, and at the end of the day, it's a movie from like what, the 70s? And like, bro, I watched that in 2020. Like, it wasn't made for me. You know what I mean? And then there's Most Valuable Primate, who I assume the graphics are just, the special effects are, mwah. They gotta be great. Tampa got a little bit of zone time here. That one gets away from Cole Caulfield. Ryan McDonough going for a little walk. Tampa still got it. Braden Point with the switch.
Doesn't look like he's hurt, does it? Not at all. Kucherov looking dangerous.
Kucherov loves a behind-the-back pass. He will never pass up an opportunity to do a behind-the-back pass. And Cernak gets picked off, and you better giddy up, buddy. You're the one who gave it away. And he does, and Tampa gets it back. Oh, fortuitous bounce.
And a good back check there by Suzuki. Point curled at the
Braden Point makes less than $7 million.
Upended by Lehkonen.
Come on.
After Hedman steps up. Conn Smythe Trophy winner last year. Here's a centering play, and it's off the skate of Goodrow.
All right, what else we got?
Back to the Tampa line.
Chandler, what's your favorite chip flavor? Ooh. All of them. I don't know. I get asked that question a lot. I don't know why they chose me. Is it the greasy face or the increasing weight? Oh, goal! Who we got on that one? Blake Coleman. That's another thing. Tampa made those huge additions at last year's deadline, and they're all still there. Barclay Goodrow, Blake Coleman. It's ridiculous. And the Habs down by more than one goal since, for the first time since when? Game 1 of the Vegas series, I think? Coleman behind the back to Goodrow. Goodrow picked off. Coleman picks it up. And I don't know if Gord gets a piece of that. He kind of makes it look like he does. But Blake Coleman fired up. It doesn't matter who scored. It's a Tampa Bay Lightning goal. And they're up 2-0. Montreal down 2-0. And I think this is their first multi-goal deficit since Game 1 against Vegas. I'm trying to think of another. It's difficult to think of absolutely every single game right off the top of your head. Oh, giveaway by Vasilevsky! Oh, that could have been something. I know you got the multi-goal lead, but you can't go squirrely now, Tampa. And now here they come. What a well-oiled machine. Oh, picked off though. Tampa's defense are active in the rush, which shouldn't catch Montreal off guard. That was basically Vegas's whole game plan. But Tampa's so disciplined with how they support their defensemen. Oh, giveaway! Oh, no one able to get to it in time. What a little play there. Sergachev on Perry. And the Lightning get it back. The Lightning do not get enough credit for how good they are defensively. Oh my God, like case in point. That's just get out of here with that. I couldn't have timed that better. That's wild. Oh, yeah, here I go. I'm just going to dump it in. No, you're not. Kucherov not quite able to get to that. Oh yeah, we were talking about chip flavors and then they scored. Oh man. Why is this so life and death for me? I've been big on the zesty Doritos recently. Just recently though, like it changes from week to week. My mouth is watering right now. That's whoa. Whoa. Those what is it? Sweet chili Miss Vicky's? Those are good too. They're all good. Chips are good. Infinity Fire. Neither team has had a third period comeback in these playoffs yet. Really? I find that so hard to believe. Will that trend continue in the finals? Oh, this could be something for Montreal. Oh, breakaway. No, what a stop by Vasilevsky. I think that was Shea Weber and Brendan Gallagher on a 2-on-1. Two guys with hand injuries, I'm pretty sure. Vasilevsky having to make probably the biggest stop of the night for himself, personally. Carey Price's stop on Stamkos wasn't too bad either. Oh, I didn't realize there was a defender back there. I thought he was in all alone. Oh, that's a tough one to swallow if you're Mr. Weber. Let's see this. Gallagher so good to get that pass through. And Weber, you know what? You almost got the rebound. How you liking the game so far, huh? Click like, click subscribe, watch the Stanley Cup final game with Steve Dangle. Let's keep answering your questions. Maybe we'll get a Sick Kids update in a bit. Yoshi. Steve, why is Buffalo bad? Bro, everything. Like, what? Okay, so the one thing lost about the Buffalo Sabres this year and how bad they were, because we just look at them and go, look at how crappy this crappy team is. Dude, Jack Eichel was injured for almost all of it. And they were bad with Jack Eichel. But they were worse. Most teams would not do so good without their best player basically all season. So next year, I wouldn't be surprised if Buffalo surprised you a little bit. Because you assume Buffalo, after trading Eichel, and it sounds like he's getting traded, you would assume they would get worse. Well, people assume that about, Tavares and the Islanders. And then Tavares goes to Toronto, scores 47 goals, has the best season of his career. How dumb are the Islanders? Well, no, they rattle off some of the best years that they've had in decades. I think making it to the second round immediately and now back-to-back third rounds where they would definitely be in the Stanley Cup final were it not for the Tampa Bay Lightning. So, but the answer with the Sabres is drafting. Ugh. Outside of their firsts, like Dahlin and Eichel, Dylan Cousins appears to be a good pick, but he's really young. Boy, getting anything out of rounds 2 through 7, they're brutal. And they finally get a guy with Victor Olofsson, and there's rumors that he's going to be traded too. At some point, you got to make the market worth staying in. You got to make the team worth watching for the fans, but you got to make the team worth playing on for players. That's what Buffalo's got to do. Because it's now been several years of players just talking about how it's a nightmare. Ryan O'Reilly talking about he wanted to quit hockey, goes to St. Louis, wins a Conn Smythe and Stanley Cup. How about Taylor Hall? Looking like trash. Oh, this guy's garbage. He's not worth it. The Bruins get him out of the bargain bin. And lo and behold, on an actual good team, he looks like Taylor Hall. What a play by Gord. I'm a huge fan of that player. I don't know if that was necessary from Sergachev. I guess he wanted the change. I thought he could have jumped up in the rush there, but then if you don't convert, you're stranding yourself. Oh, Tampa. That's too clean of a look. $8,260 raised for Sick Kids so far, by the way. Unbelievable. Another close call. Boy, Tampa looks good. Oh, puck loose at the side of the net there. Jeff Petry's been out there a little while. And Tampa knows it. They're attacking and they're not letting anyone get off the ice. This is what I said off the top. Listen, Montreal might do it, but they're going to have to beat their toughest test so far in the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Leafs, the Jets, the Golden Knights, I don't think any of them come close to what Tampa's playing like right now. Like, Carey Price has had to come up big a few times right now. Ooh! That was almost something. Montreal finally gets the clear. Toffoli's got to get to that puck and get it deep. And he whacks at it. I didn't see where it ended up. I guess in the stands. That is a tough shift for the Montreal Canadiens. And a really, really good one for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Oh, that goes off to Foley. Big tip, and oh, so close. That dude, I didn't see who it was, just a flash, but whoever that was behind the net, we've seen a few times now. Yeah! Oh! It's always great to have someone animated sitting in that seat. I'd be brutal. Ooh. Glenn, what's your least favorite jersey number? Least favorite jersey number. Something about high numbers that end in 0 that I feel like are kind of ugly. Like 40, I think is okay, but then like 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Nick Antropov wore 80, and it's like, ugh, get that off. 90's a weird one. 98, isn't that Sergachev's number? I always thought it was weird. Blech. Adam, pineapple on pizza. It's not a deal breaker, but I'm not ordering it, if that makes sense. If it's there, I'll eat it. That's the normal answer, by the way. If it's there, I'll eat it, but I'm not going to order it. There's so many people that, no, never. Bunch of my fellow Pisons. Oh, pineapple on into pizza. Half my family. They're going wild right now. I'm getting all kinds of hand gestures. If it's there, fine. But I'm not ordering it. Will, which jersey do you like more, Habs or Bolts? Ooh, Habs. It's got way more history. I really like the red one. But the Lightning one, like, I'm sorry to say, it's really just a knockoff. It's a Leafs jersey with a Lightning logo. It looks great and everything. It was the only way we were ever going to get a blue and white team in the Stanley Cup final by the looks of it. Oh boy, this could be something. Oh, what a stop by Price! What a stop by Price on Tyler Johnson! Oh, he gets the leg up. That was magnificent. I thought that was a goal for sure. Wow. Wow. Hey. Remember that save. I love being the guy who gets to say that now. I can't wait to see a replay of that. That was magnificent. Oh. Lightning are able to get out. Yeah, oh, this could be something for Montreal here. Picking off Victor Hedman. Here comes. Oh, stop by Vasilevsky. Josh Anderson, man. The Habs have got to get more out of Josh Anderson if they want a chance in this series. Look at this stop. Look at this. Oh, it's just like the top of the pad. That was I think Jake Evans stopped Maroon there. And then a good save from Vasilevsky. What a game. What a game so far. You can hear it in my voice. I'm enjoying this game so much more than most of the Habs Vegas series. Vegas was... It got to the point where they weren't even fun, like, to watch. Their forwards were so bad. Unless, like, Pietrangelo or Martinez had the puck, they weren't even worth watching. I can't believe how ineffective, like, a Mark Stone was, or Pacioretty, Tuck, Marchessault. Took a bunch of shots. None of them really felt dangerous. Tampa, everyone feels dangerous. Here come the Habs, though. that? Oh, Killorn with the nasty block. Favoring that left leg, I think. Oh, I think we're going to get a replay here. Oh. Yeah, say a few swear words, buddy. He looks like he'll be okay, but it's from Petrie. Boom. Oh. Kind of right between the sock and the boot there, or the shin pad and the boot. Yeah, that probably sucked. Hopefully nothing too nasty. Jeff Petrie's recovered. His eyes look better.
Maybe that's an indication that his hand's feeling better, even if Killorn's ankle is not. Didn't look hesitant at all, did he?
Sorry, I'm laughing at Robbie. Steve, what's the first word on page 69 of your book? It better be nice. I don't think I have a copy of my book with me, but someone who does, can you tell me? That's hilarious. That's a great question. Thank you. Drew? Producer Drew, you better have my book in your house. I swear to God. A 95.7 mile an hour slap shot is what Alex Killorn blocked there. Tampa holding the 2-0 lead. Watch the Stanley Cup final with Steve Dangle here. Dwizzy, did Vegas make the right call benching Fleury after his giveaway? I'm still confused as to what that is, but I also think people are making too big a deal out of the goaltending in Vegas. Way too big a deal. Fleury screwed up, and I think that was game 3. He screwed up. Obviously, that's the story. But then they go to Robin Leonard the next game, and he was wonderful. He allowed 1 goal. I think it was on a breakaway, and they won, most importantly. To me, it was strange that they went back to Fleury again. And then they have Leonard in net for the elimination game. I mean, they are a true tandem in that sense. But, you know, people were talking about, oh, is Leonard going to be playing? Is Fleury going to be playing? What? Where? Center? That's the only thing that would have helped Vegas, in my opinion. I mean, the goaltending, fine. Thank you, Justin Fisher, my friend, just texting me. A frequent thing I tell media students is... That's how page 69 of my book starts. What do I tell media students? I'm so pompous. My friend Matt going, ugh, as soon as you said 50, I said, yuck. Tristan, Steve, who's your least favorite player in the series? Ooh. I mean, okay. Corey Perry, I respect. I'm like Vince Vaughn from Anchorman. I pure straight hate you, Corey Perry, but damn it, do I respect you. And on the Lightning, I enjoy watching him, but Kucherov is sneaky greasy. I don't even know if it's sneaky anymore. Everyone just sort of knows it. There's another great stop by Price. I think he started to get a reputation when he got suspended in that 2019 series against Columbus. Because everyone was like, what the heck was that? And he was like, oh! Sergachev from behind on Dano. Are they calling that? They probably should. I can't hear the broadcast. They better not have called it just for the cover-up. No way. Is Sergachev going?
Of $1 billion. Where is the money? And is he really dead? A Death in Crypto Land available now on CBC Listen or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, it's just these little plays there that have allowed the odd man rushes going back the other way. And, you know, Montreal's in a good spot. You know that it was.
There's that great stop from Price. Are we seriously getting nothing after all that? Okay there, Andre.
throughout the 3 rounds to get
okay.
to. We've got to be a little bit
Like-
neat and tidy with it.
There's a face-off
Uh-oh.
in the offensive zone, and Weber lets it fly.
I get
Vasilevsky covers.
anxious
Now, that's one of those
for the other
plays that
players on the ice when Shea Weber
they're
winds
not
up.
able to get to the front of the net.
That's a terrifying. I'm not getting in front of that. Nope. Nope. That's why they make millions of dollars. Because sometimes they have to block Shea Weber shots. And, no. Pat Maroon with a bit of a flamingo there, and I can't even blame him. Corey Perry wide open. Can't get it through. Jake Evans behind the net. I'm doing play-by-play now.
Overtime goal last year in the Stanley Cup final. Weber's shot blocked, and Ross Colton sends it back to the Canadiens line. Maroon forced a near turnover. Evans got back, and now he'll take charge. Leaned on by Johnson. From Tyler Johnson. Plays it in, and now gets it to the rookie Colton. And Colton sends it. Hit Weber in front and goes wide of the net. Now Weber after
Tampa's
Maroon
so good, man.
follows up. Back to the line and across for Sergachev. That hit
Almost
Weber
getting
in
through
front.
there. Again, I don't think I'm being unfair
Challenge here is you waste a
by
shift
saying
with
Tampa's the
Weber.
best team Montreal has played
Fourth line, now you've got to come back
so far in these
with
playoffs.
lines offensively for the Lightning.
A fourth line that John Cooper felt really
In this
did
game, the speed of it is going by so fast. 4 minutes to go in the second. 4 minutes and 5 seconds. Every second is precious.
Stream films from around the world and over 150 Canadian feature films on CBC Gem.
Corey Perry's at a minute 8 for this shift, so 2/3 of the line had changed, and Perry unable to.
And the big boys come
Got an offensive zone draw for Tampa, defensive for Montreal.
Sent around for McDonough. Chernak looking for a shooting lane against Perry. Kucherov from the corner.
It feels like if Montreal is able to get a really good chance. Oh my God, Carey Price having to come up big again. Oh, Sherratt, no helmet. He's got to go.
Chernak shooting and
He's got to go. Wow, who was that dumped in front? This is chaos.
Late whistle as it glanced off the netting.
You know, one thing about good players is they know they've got an opportunity.
Montreal, they're getting their opportunities, but it just feels like trading blows with the Tampa Bay Lightning is not going to work.
He keeps it alive, and now you're back trying to defend. Well,
You know,
you're
Sherratt
deep.
tried to take
How about
Point's
this?
helmet right there.
Hard hit in front, and that one, the helmet pops off.
Oh,
Sherratt
he almost didn't lose it, and then he lost it. That was Price who dumped Palat in front. Weber started it, but Price finished the job there. Not bad.
So 3:40 remaining here in the second period. Shots are 7 apiece in period number 2. The lone goal of the period scored by the
Oh,
Lightning. Loose in
no,
front of the
no
net.
one's going to be able to get to that.
Montreal gets to it first. Jeff Petrie ahead. And
Obviously, anything can happen at any point, but if you're Montreal, you got to be thinking at least one. At least one before intermission. That's a great little block there by Deneau.
Palat. Ryan McDonough reversing it to the far side for Chernak, and back as the Lightning forwards all at center ice, and now it's Point again. Carried back by Chernak. Kucherov with that one-touch pass, broken up there by Byron, and Byron scoots after it in the zone. Stamkos on him.
Yeah, just, God. Again, Tampa does not get the credit they deserve. That's a good hard play by Anderson there. They do not get the credit they deserve defensively. We're fixated on what they do well offensively, and why not? It's extremely flashy, it's extremely effective, it's extremely exciting. But they're a really smothering defensive team. But not here! Oh, Anderson! Oh, that's maybe the best chance they've had. Wow! I said Anderson needs to step up, and he's got a bunch of the Habs' best chances, and they score here! Did he get the tip? Come on, this is why you stick with me, folks.
Chris, you go back.
Why you stick with me? The Montreal Canadiens score. We'll see who they give the goal to officially. All I know is they'll give the goal officially to the Montreal Canadiens. They didn't give up on the play.
From behind the red line, out
Puck to the point. Kakaniemi over to Sherratt, who's been all about it, and I think Anderson's the one who got that. Sherratt's been letting go of that puck from the point. Let's look. Look. That's a great battle from Anderson on Sergachev. Let's see the slow-mo. Oh, wow. So that went off a leg, and then I think Anderson got it. They look confused. Montreal, wow, packed. Oh, they're giving it to Ben Sherratt. First career playoff goal? Are you serious? No. I know he's not an offensive juggernaut, but no. You stop that right now. And there you go, just like that. It's a 1-goal game. Shots only 18-13 for Tampa. Oh boy, that could be a costly giveaway. Montreal again. Getting some offense from the point. Oh. Their game plan has changed a little bit, eh? Offensively, anyway. Prediction, at some point during the series, Montreal's going to pick off one of those behind-the-back passes and score. So it seems like a big part of Tampa's game plan. Kucherov loves it. Coleman loves it. Edmondson just mauling Coleman. Not moving. Okay. That's ridiculous. Yeah, let him play. I actually, see, I don't know if I mind that much. Oh, this could be something for Gallagher. He's got a break. Stopped by Vasilevsky. Kucherov in there on Price. Surprised he didn't get a hack in. It's not the best, maybe don't want to mess with Carey Price. Might be bad for your health. Less than a minute to go in this period. And the Habs, who were down 2-0 just a few minutes ago, could tie it. And they get close there, but not quite. So someone just, oh boy, that's a big stop by Vasilevsky. Someone just donated $200 to Sick Kids, so we're now at $8,460. Oh, it went off a pair of skates for the Sherratt goal. That's why I kept saying Anderson. Because it's right where his stick was, but you don't see his stick move, so I was confused. Yeah, McDonough knows. Went right off him. Feel for the guy. Unless you're a Habs fan. In that case, boo!
So each team with a goal from their blue line here tonight.
Charles, will the Habs adjust for Game 2 like they did versus Vegas? They're adjusting right now. Oh, Nick Suzuki? Nope. This has been a perceived weakness of Montreal's, that they make good in-series adjustments, but not necessarily in-game. To me, the last 5 minutes, what we've been watching is Montreal making in-game adjustments. It's not just, oh, the puck went in, so now they're geniuses. They look a lot more dangerous.
Now you've got some life. Now you got to just finish this period off and get focused on the third.
Final 20 seconds. That's turned over at center. Here comes
Less than 20 seconds to go. This could be something for Tampa.
holding on, sends it on goal.
Carey Pro. Oh, who's that getting their stick in there? Cirelli? Yeah, there's got to be more of a response to that.
The one thing is his ability. The guys talked about his skating ability. He's tapping his stick.
And now Tampa with the offensive zone face-off to end the period. Could it be something for them? We will see.
Right on the doorstep coming down. He knows there's not much time left. He's got the ability to come back, and he'll join the rush. He's got a free rein there from John Cooper to join and go down wherever he wants.
So a defensive zone face-off for Montreal with
9.4 seconds.
Stanley Cup playoffs with 222.
Stamkos, Dano.
Stamkos pulls that back.
Lightning win. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to get an opportunity here, and they don't. So, the Montreal Canadiens, once down 2-0 in this game, with Tampa Bay all over them, get a goal, the first career playoff goal, out of Ben Sherratt, and now it is just a 1-goal deficit, and he got close to another one there as well. Montreal is losing, but it's not for a lack of chances. It's just a really good game. It's the Stanley Cup final, baby. And you're here watching it with me. Watch a Stanley Cup final game with Steve Dangle. I know it's not called that. It's called Watch the Stanley Cup final with Steve Dangle. But I'm still getting used to it. So, intermission in progress here, folks. Let's get to some of your questions. I'll take another break, but a few questions first. Steve Angelis, Vader or Palpatine? Listen, the lightning is cool and everything, but Vader. He's iconic. He's iconic. I feel like if you're a real Star Wars nerd, I almost had said StarCraft, and I was going to get Hitman sent to my house. I love StarCraft. I think if you're a huge Star Wars nerd, maybe you like Palpatine more, but in terms of pop culture, in terms of casual fans like myself, Vader. Iconic. Come on now. Nick, what's your go-to create a team name? It used to be the Roosters. I can't really... I don't know. I thought it was funny. Oh, you know why? Because you used to... I don't know if you still can, but you used to be able to select a goal horn. I just woke my dog up. What? I didn't wake you up when Anderson scored? Or when Sherratt? Sorry. I keep screwing it up. I didn't wake you up when Sherratt scored? The Rooster does it. All right. I'll remember that for when he's not listening to me. And last question before we go to a quick break. Vic, Steve, who wouldn't you trade off the Leafs for Hedman? Honestly, Matthews. I think that's the list. I think that's the list, buddy. Victor Hedman is the truth. That's the top 10 defender in the league when he's having a bad day. And then he has another gear for the playoffs. Guys won a Conn Smythe. I think the list is Austin Matthews and no one else. We're going to take a quick break. But when we come back, we'll get a little bit left of the second intermission. And then we'll go on to the third period of Game 1 of the 2021 Stanley Cup Final between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Montreal Canadiens. This is Watch the Stanley Cup Final with Steve Dangle. We'll be right back. watch the Stanley Cup final with Steve Dangle. We got breaking news. Breaking news. So, if $10,000 is raised for sick kids, I will wear this Habs jersey for the entirety of Game 2. I didn't even check what size this is. Oh, it's an adult XL. Okay, we're good. Sorry, we borrowed this off one of my wife's work friends, and I was like, wait a sec. I think it might actually belong to her brother or her son, John. Shout out John, who is a huge Habs fan and over the moon right now. Imagine cheering for a team making it to the Stanley Cup final. I can't. And this kid's 11, and I'm 33. But, so I said if you raise $10,000, last I checked, we were at 8,600 roughly. Someone just tweeted me that they donated personally $2,000 to the Sick Kids Foundation. Now, I do have a contact at Sick Kids. They might be asleep right now on account of it's past 10 p.m. Eastern, but I want to verify with the hospital itself that this is authentic, because this would now be the third donation of $1,000 or more today. There were two $1,000 donations, and now this potential $2,000 donation, and under it a $200 donation. My goodness, this is absolutely unbelievable. You know how we should celebrate, folks? Because I want to get it verified first, but it sounds like I'm going to be wearing a Habs jersey for all of Game 2 after we get it verified. Only after we get it verified. But to celebrate, you want to see if I'm wearing pants? Oh, you're lightning fast with the graphic. Lightning. I absolutely love it. I love it. Am I wearing pants? The rules are simple. Just tell me if I'm wearing pants. You have to the count of 10. 10, 9, 8, 7. Excuse me as I walk off the screen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shorts again, everybody. Look at that calf action. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen, I know I wore shorts last time, and you're probably like, Steve, that's not a lot of variety. It is 1,000,000 degrees. It was hot and muggy. It was the Amazon in Oshawa today. And if you thought I was wearing pants inside, no. So Neil Lawson is the person who made the donation. I cannot verify it, Neil. It's not that I don't trust you. It's just that there's a lot on the line here. But it looks like you pushed us over the top. Over $10,000 raised for sick kids. That is no small feat. Huge shout out to everyone who donated, everyone who even spread the word. I had someone tweet me, I would donate, but I'm 13 and have no money. That's okay. You're not supposed to have any money. So don't worry about it. It's cool. John says, shave your legs, Steve. Sheesh. Okay, shut up. Shut up. I've been getting that since the 3rd grade. I was hairy legs kid. I got picked on in the 3rd grade for being hairy legs kid. And that's why all summer, every summer, I would wear pants until I was like in university. I'm serious. I wore jeans in 35-degree heat. When I worked at the zoo, did I mention I worked at the zoo for 7 years? Part of the uniform was long khakis. Not khaki shorts, long khakis. So I basically just spent my teens and early 20s dehydrating myself to the point of I was a raisin, basically. Because of people like you making me feel bad about my hairy legs. How dare you? Big Homie asked, is the North the best now? No. The Atlantic is the best. How could it not be? Leafs win the North in the regular season. They're in the Atlantic. Boston is Boston and made it to the second round. Made the playoffs in the East. They're in the Atlantic. Tampa Bay Lightning, reigning Stanley Cup champions. They're back in the Cup final again. They're in the Atlantic. Montreal Canadiens, currently in the Stanley Cup final. They're in the Atlantic. Florida Panthers, the team that, other than the Islanders, has given the Lightning the most trouble. They're in the Atlantic. And Detroit and Buffalo. We just mumble through those two, and Ottawa is up and coming. But Detroit and Buffalo, you just sort of mumble through those two, and it's an extremely, extremely good division. Ooh, the game is coming back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, you see how I did that? Here we go, third period. Habs down a goal, Lightning up a goal. Shots 19-14 in favor of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Hits relatively similar. Ozone time nowhere near the Lightning with about 6 more minutes. But it hasn't. Oh! What happened there? Oh boy, Lightning with an early opportunity. Now I've maybe not criticized because it hasn't cost them a game yet, but I flagged the fact that when Montreal is up, especially multiple goals, they tend to let their foot off the gas in the third period. Tampa cannot do that to Montreal, or Montreal will take advantage. Vasilevsky's had to make some really good saves. And so has Price. The goaltending in this game has been magnificent. I got a response from Sick Kid, so we won't be able to verify that donation until the morning. There's no reason to believe it's not authentic. I believe it's true, and I believe I'm going to be wearing a Habs jersey for all of the Game 2 stream on Wednesday. But she said, I guess people really want you to wear that jersey.
Just a little click right there on the white of his sock. You can see the reaction to Carey Price. He thought it was going to go there. Luke Richardson starts.
That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. $2,000. Wow, wow, wow.
It's so difficult when you don't have that last change, and John Cooper's been making sure that he's been getting the matchup that he's won with it.
To know what the draw against point, they're going to be seeing a lot of each other, these guys. And it looks like we're going to get ice. So they'll be seeing even more of each other. Julius, how much money to make you wear it all series? Oh. Oh. 25. I was going to say no, I don't want to. But, I mean, geez, if you raise $25,000, I'll do it.
This time it is Deneau up against Braden Point.
Dialed in Deneau.
And Palat's going to take the face off. And that causes a few.
Braden Point.
Shuffles, yeah.
Hoping for the setup, and he doesn't get it. Habs win the face-off, and they exit the zone. But again, it really does not add to much. They're going to have to... We saw it in the numbers there at the beginning of the period. They've been getting some chances, been getting some things off the rush. They need a little bit of sustained zone time, I think. Caulfield, there's a guy who I noticed in the first 5 minutes, haven't noticed him a ton since. Oh! Oh, boy! What happened there? Andre Palat, I think he chest bumped that thing into the net. Exactly 2 minutes into the third period, the Tampa Bay Lightning take a 2-goal lead back. Andre Palat is going to get it. What happened here? Caulfield can't get it deep. Sergachev blocks it with his own glove, gives it to himself. Over to Kucherov. Oh, Sherratt bats the puck out of the air with his hand. And Palat gets it with the stick I imagine they'll look at it for the high stick. I don't think it was. Oh, that's worth the review. I don't think you need a coach's challenge for this. But Sherratt knows if he just lets it go into the corner, that's no goal. And they don't even review it. They don't even review it. It's just a goal. You got to be good to be lucky and lucky to be good. And Tampa's both. Andre Palat with one of the strangest goals of his NHL career. Certainly one of the strangest playoff goals of his NHL career. There's another guy who's just been there in the playoffs every time Tampa has called for him. And now they have a 2-goal lead early in the third. Still early. Producer Drew saying that's a dang it. Yeah, the stakes have raised. And also, with the Stanley Cup final, there's only 2 teams. We got to be less picky about our dang it's and hat picks now. Well, that's a good hit by, who's that? That was a good hit at the blue line. Oh! Oh! Gary Price getting out in front of that. Tampa Bay smelling blood. I'm trying real hard not to say that this could be something when there's a scoring chance, because it's a crutch of mine. My friend Justin Fisher tweeted it, and now I'm self-conscious. My anxiety at all times. Oh, this could be something. Christus Dodd, how much for you to wear a Sabres jersey during one of these streams? 50,000. Oh, this could be a scoring chance. Paul Byron. I love when Paul Byron turns on the zoomies. Here he goes. Here he goes. Come on, Byron, you can do it. I just watched the Bo Burnham special. Oh! What happened there? Price couldn't handle the rebound or something? Man, Tampa all over Montreal to start this third period. Not good news for the Habs. Cernak getting it deep, taking it for a walk. I was going to say Price does not look as relaxed, but that I think is because Tampa's actually making him work. Vegas seemed like a relaxing series for Mr. Carey. Charles, will the Habs adjust for Game 2? Oh, we already said that one. For Game 2 like they did versus Vegas. I thought they made a good in-game adjustment at the end of the second. And it's all gone away. That was almost a chance there. Caulfield has definitely got to get more active. I have not really seen him, because Tampa's just done such an effective job. If Montreal's going to have a chance in this series, they've got to win at least one game in Tampa. I don't think I'm blowing the barn doors off with that hot take. But why not make it? I was going to say, why not make it Game 2? Why not? Why not make it Game 1? There's still 14 minutes left in this game. You can start your making adjustments now. Why not? Why not? Shout out to everyone watching this right now. Click like and click subscribe. I've been getting lots of anecdotal stories. If you're watching this up at the cottage right now, hello, I'm very jealous. If you're watching this from work right now, hello, I promise not to tell your boss. I've heard people as far away as Iqaluit. Oh boy, we got a scrap here. This is nasty. This isn't your regular face wash. Sorelli's got to be careful because I don't like that size mismatch for you there, Anthony.
Two-goal game, and the intensity and the energy.
Surely we'll get a call out of this. Surely at least coincidentals.
It's always a bit of a mystery when you get usually the East against the West in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Stahl on the ice, Anderson, big rig. Did he just dust off Anderson's shoulders? Cernak going to the box.
The Montreal Canadiens can't give up another.
Anybody else?
With a great pass to Coleman in front, in all alone, goes high.
Oh, Price, I said save at the time, but he just misses high. Cernak on Stahl. Stahl didn't like that. Stahl's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. I'm not gonna lie, I don't see where Montreal would have got a penalty there. This could just be a power play. But again, I can't hear. Peter, would it be embarrassing for the Habs to get swept? I mean, no one wants to get swept, obviously, but it's a Stanley Cup final. Like, I highly doubt, like, let's say they do get swept. I highly doubt anyone's going to be like, ha, see, they suck. I knew they fluked into 3 Stanley Cup playoff series wins. You can't. You can't fluke into that. Even when you have like a ridiculously hot goalie and they steal a series for you, I mean, they meant to stop all the pucks they did. It's not luck. You can't fluke your way into 3 rounds of victory. James, does this finals mean more for Stamkos since he's playing? It has to. It has to. I can't imagine how torturous it was for Stamkos to be in that bubble, train so hard to get ready, play 5 shifts, score a goal, and then not get to play again. You know, it's not quite the same, but it's somewhat similar to like the backup. If you never play in that playoff run, like you want to play. You want to play. I'm sure there are goalies who won the cup as a backup and then as a starter. And they'll probably tell you the cup they won as a starter meant more. You know what I mean? So that was Stamkos' first cup. I'm sure this one would mean a lot more to him. Richard, over or under 5 total goals? Well, what are we at right now? 3-1? Ooh. I got to think there's going to be at least one more goal. Whether it's Tampa, who scores an insurance marker, or the Habs to at least bring it to within 1. Okay, so we got Stahl in the box and Cernak. I guess we'll get a little 4... Is it 4-on-4? It's 4-on-4. I got to say that's a good trade for Montreal. Stahl, who's a depth forward for you, versus Cernak, who's a pretty important defenseman. Oh! No, Tampa's just going to skate around with it, and that is the right call here. Taking their time, and why not? You got the lead. Nasty in the corner. And the Habs come out with it. That's a good battle.
Good to see the intensity of the game going on and trying to get something going.
Here comes Caulfield dancing in. The shot is blocked by Sergachev. Ryan McDonough played it ahead, but Caulfield...
Ben, this is an interesting question. Is this the easiest arena to be a road fan in? Well, who was it who got in trouble for kicking out road fans? Was it the Panthers? I think it was the Panthers kicking out Tampa fans, if I'm not mistaken. Because there's so many like snowbirds, especially, I think Tampa fans are probably pretty used to getting road fans from all over the world. So I'd like to think they're pretty cool about it. Winnipeg's interesting. every Winnipeg game you can see someone wearing a jersey for another team because they had to cheer for someone when the Jets were gone all those years. My buddy's a Penguins fan or was a Penguins fan after the Jets left, but then the Jets returned, and it's like when Tom Hanks shows up on Helen Hunt's porch in Castaway, she thought he was dead. He was on that island for all that time. She had to move on. And that's what he had to do with the Jets. He had to move on. He chose Pittsburgh. They gave him a Stanley Cup. And then they show up out of nowhere. The Winnipeg Jets just a couple of years later, after 2009. Oh, so producer Drew telling me it was Tampa who kicked out Panthers fans. Well, that sort of ruins that hypothesis, doesn't it? Well, now that they don't have that stupid policy anymore. Yes. Before that stupid policy, no.
Ruda's just trying to keep it deep, make sure he doesn't turn it over. Sherratt using his stick. Weber, the two defensemen just trying to box out and get that puck back going the other way. It's those little...
You know, like, we talk about call the rule book. That's just we're not asking the NHL, or at least I'm not asking the NHL to call every little thing. Like, there are a couple cross checks in there. But overall, it's just a rough battle. It's just a tough battle. Like, it was nothing egregious, right? I think we all know you're allowed to get away with some things, as long as it doesn't intentionally injure a player, or even accidentally injure a player, or interfere with possession too egregiously. Oh, that's a nice little stop. That was a good little play. A tip. Perry has engaged 2007 mode. He's older now, but every now and then he turns the clock back for a few shifts. Oh, that's stiff from Sergachev. Evans to the point. Petrie. Oh, that bounce almost comes back, but the Tampa Bay Lightning escape with it. That was a good little possession for the Habs. They don't come away with a goal, but maybe it's something they can build on as they look for something to start this comeback, and they almost get it in the form of an own goal from McDonough. And we got a pause. Can I just say Perry's nose has healed up amazingly? Doctors are amazing. I thought he was roofing this. Oh, I didn't think he was passing that for a second. I think he should have shot that. That's easy for me to say. Petrie coming close. As we head to commercial break, let's get to some more of your questions. Isla, will you be doing the Cup Check series this year? Yes. So I'll be doing videos on my YouTube channel after every game. I am counting on being pretty tired tomorrow. I had my vaccine this morning. I'm already feeling tired. Just tired. That's all. That's all. I don't know if it'll be a billion takes. It might be a one cut or a lot fewer edits than usual. But yes, the Cup Check series will be back. Pinkman, what's your favorite video game? It's right now. It's Red Dead Redemption 2. Here it is, Graham. Here it is, Producer Soup. I'm talking about Red Dead Redemption. That I'm going to finish the mission that I'm playing as soon as I'm done. Even though I just told you I'm tired and I'm an adult, capable of making my own decisions, I'm still going to be stupid and play Red Dead Redemption after this. Whoa, Steve, you haven't played Red Dead Redemption yet? Oh no. This is many playthroughs deep. I also like the NHL games, obviously. Cassidy, is Montreal the best team Tampa has played? Oh, that's an interesting question. Because I keep saying Tampa's the best team Montreal has played. Kind of hard to, listen, the Habs just got here. You know what I mean? The series just began. By the end of the series, I may say yes. But it seems pretty disrespectful to not say that it's the Islanders when Tampa just went 7 games with them and they only won game 7, 1-0 off a shorthanded goal. You know what I mean? How do I, after 50 minutes of play, 51 minutes of play, go, oh, no, it's Montreal for sure? Well, Steve, you did that for the Lightning. Yeah, the Lightning are the reigning champs. I don't know if you noticed. It's a little different. One's the reigning champs, the other finished 18th in the standings this season. I know they're here in the Stanley Cup final, but you got to build your way up to that title. I'm tired of the New York Islanders slander. Oh, the Habs. No. Man. Really having a hard time staying in the zone for any amount of time. Just put it into Price. Get a face-off. Hopefully you win it. Even if you don't, kill a few seconds. It all adds up. Adam, would Steve ever want to do play-by-play? Absolutely. Absolutely, I would love to do play-by-play. But I think I would do play-by-play the way Snoop Dogg does. Where I just fill in for like one segment and I can't screw up too much. Oh, Kucherov, what a snipe! What a snipe from Nikita Kucherov! Oh boy. Habs in deep, deep trouble here with 8:35 to go in the third period. Shots 22-15. 15 is not going to cut it. It's got to be all Montreal for the rest of the game if they're going to have a shot here. My goodness, what a snipe from Kucherov. I think that might have hit Petry's stick. I think that changed direction on Price here. Let's get a look. It's hard to tell from that angle. Let's see. I think it just kind of beats him. Nikita Kucherov, pretty good at hockey. And with 8.5 minutes to go, the Montreal Canadiens down 3 goals. Now, folks, I have seen 4-1 leads evaporate in the third period before. Let's see if it'll happen here. You get one quickly, you're right where you were a minute ago. It's like a minute erased off the clock. That's all. Sorry. Would Steve do play-by-play? Yes. I would love to do that. I don't know if I could be the color guy, because the color guy is typically, former player. God, what a shot! LTI, are you kidding me? Nikita Kucherov, what a shot. I guess whatever was ailing him is better. You know what? I know he missed the whole regular season, but you got to admit, no matter what conspiracy theory you believe about the Tampa Bay Lightning and Kucherov, the fact he didn't play a single regular season game and then came back playing like this in the Stanley Cup playoffs, no warm-up, is ridiculous. Truly, truly special talent. That's a good defensive play. 7.5 to go. Tampa just knows how to assassinate the clock. This game has felt so much faster. Ooh, big hit there. Was that Anderson? He's been having an effective game, like I said he needed to. The rest of his team needs to join him. But Tampa, they're really disciplined. Again, I keep saying no one gives them enough credit defensively. Evans in front of Perry, and he can't quite get it. Knocks the net off. Surely, yeah, there's the whistle. He's probably going to argue about face-off placement here. Hedman's got a weird energy on the ice, eh? He doesn't, try to uber intimidate you. He's just sort of stoic and statuesque. Jack, Tampa had one of the hardest cup runs in recent memory, if you think about it. Yeah, no real, no soft targets, eh? There's Florida, who a bunch of people thought might even beat Tampa. I'm not sure who I picked, but Florida was really good. Oh! And I also did not count on Kucherov being as... I didn't count on him being this good. You're not supposed to be able to come back that flawlessly after that much time off. It's not supposed to happen. Then, this year, Carolina, they're going to take a step. This is their year. Mocked. Just mocked. Completely mocked. Islanders, again. Yeah, they beat them, but it looked exhausting. Yeah, going at Hedman's never a bad idea. And now they got the Montreal Canadiens, who play a pretty similar style to the Islanders. Yeah, the Habs they're trying to get their licks in here. Never a bad idea when you're losing. Ooh, Gallagher kind of dumped on his head. That official took a really tough fall, too. Who's he going at it with? That looks like Sergachev.
This is going to be one of those times. After every whistle, there's a wrestling match going on, and as officials try to do...
Yeah, Big Rig wants out there. Oh, I don't think that's from a punch. I think Gallagher got dumped on his head. Is he okay? Again, I can't hear the broadcast. Oh, baby! What happened? That looked like more than one cut.
His face in this Stanley Cup playoff. When you talk about going to the dirty areas.
We're going to get a replay here. Sergachev and Gallagher, they're just going at it. Going at it, going at it. Oh, gee!
Right on the forehead of Gallagher. He stopped up, got boxed out, didn't go after Vasilevsky, went after Sergachev.
That's just...
The wrestling match ensued.
Oh, like that's just standard like scrum after the face-off and everything. Like it's nothing we haven't seen a million times. Maybe that's part of the problem, but Gallagher, oh boy. I don't know what was from hitting the ice, what was from his stick. Coleman in the box. I'm not gonna lie, I missed what he did. I was too concentrated on Gallagher. Montreal going to the power play. And amazingly, it's not Sergachev going to the box. Roughing from Coleman. Okay, producer Stu in my ear. He is the one who ripped off Gallagher's helmet. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's so good he was able to get up from that. This has got to be an interesting conversation. Who's that? Perry and Goodrow. You could see him mouth rip the helmet off. He mouthed there, ripped the helmet off. Something. So that's obviously what he went to the box for.
Trying to get an answer of how that happened.
I'm not sure what the point of the mask is. If you're... Well, I only take it down when I need to talk. Yeah, that's what the...
Future calls, I'm sure.
John! I always thought John Cooper looked like John Arbuckle if they did a live-action Garfield. Wait a sec. Didn't they do a live-action Garfield? Anyway. Montreal Canadiens go to the power play. Over 6 minutes to go in this game. 3 for 11 in their series against Vegas. Not great. Not bad. Any Leaf fan in here watching this right now is like, what do you mean it's not great? Okay, well, let's raise the bar a little, folks, shall we? If the Leafs are your bar, then every other team looks great, don't they? Oh, fortuitous bounce off the boards. And the Habs are able to get possession because of it. 1:25 to go on this power play. I know I'm biased because I'm a big fan, but they have got to find a way to get Caulfield the puck there. Does he not have the one-timer? Do you not trust him to make seam passes once he gets it? Oh! Suzuki just walking in. That kid's so confident, man.
Edmund wraps it around, and this will slide 200 feet.
You know what's amazing about Vegas trading Nick Suzuki is they traded Nick Suzuki. They didn't trade the pick. They drafted him 13th overall. They said to themselves, this kid's good enough to draft 13th overall. We really like him. And they traded him anyway. Oh, offside, I think. 33 seconds to go on the power play. 4:51. Habs down 3. We've seen stranger things happen. Good deflection there. Quebec boys, they lost 4-1 in Game 1 in 1993 as well. Just saying. What do you mean, as well? They haven't lost this game yet. You can't lose 4-1 when there's 5 minutes left. You can only lose 4-1 when there's no minutes left. We've gotten, oh, this could be, I almost said it. Big stop. Habs have got to get something to at least build on here. If not for this game, then for the rest of the series. Just firing everything on net. Oh my goodness. I don't know if that was going in or not, but it was steered wide. Yeah, a little bit more rough stuff. Cernak and Kotkaniemi. Such good experience for the youngster to be playing this deep in the playoffs no matter what. Oh my gosh. Wow. Leveled by Cernak. I didn't really have too much of a problem with what Kotkaniemi did there. Good tip. Are we going to get 4-on-4 here? Again, taking Cernak off the ice? Kotkaniemi's not getting the only call. No. Oh boy. If he does, that'd be something. That would be something. I mean, Cernak's hit on him was big and beautiful. You can maybe call what Kotkaniemi did roughing. I'm not sure what the call was. Again, I don't have the broadcast in my ear. That's a pretty wild penalty to not just take, but I would say call that late in the game. Montreal down 4-1. There is time left. This is sports, folks. Crazier things than have happened. But not looking good for Le Bleu, Blanc et Rouge. My friends just bully me, man. Justin Fisher tweeting my picture of my leg, and he just tweets it with the future of sports broadcasting. Shut up. Hey, click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. If you're at work, if you're at the cottage, if you're in Iqaluit, all those places people have told me they're watching this from. Shout out to everyone watching illegally from another country. Stop that. My boss has told me to tell you to stop that. My boss is named Sportsnet. Very fortunate. I know. We got 28,000 people still watching. That is excellent. Excellent chat. Get in some questions. Get in some questions before we go to overtime, potentially. That picture of Gallagher with the blood dripping down his face is gruesome. I'm just checking out some of the tweets right now. Oof. Gruesome. Here comes Philip Deneau. Might as well try. Oh boy. Tampa with the power play here. If you're Montreal, your mission is obvious. You obviously try to... What a play by Dangle. You obviously try to get a goal here. And if you can't get one, if you can't pick it off and get a shorty, once you've killed this off, your goal is to get a pound of flesh. And I don't think I'm saying anything inappropriate here. That's just what all teams have done in the playoffs ever. Are we getting blown out? All right. Every whistle is a scrum now. Big bomb from Hedman. Nothing doing. 3 minutes to go. Roughly in this game. Tampa Bay still leading 4-1. Habs at just 18 shots. Tampa at just 22. Like, this is still a pretty low, not event necessarily. I don't know what the shot attempts are, but it's a low shot on goal game, which it feels like I say a lot because we've been doing Habs games the whole time. They're good defensively, man. As Tampa gets 1,000 chances. Carey Price, that's the other thing. Carey Price, 4 goals on 22 shots. He's been good in this game. Those are some big shots from Gordon Edmondson.
It's like free shots here, and that's why all the discussion after between
oh my God,
and officials.
Yanni Gord, I'm pretty sure was a guy who was an AHL free agent, and every scout should really shake their head at that.
They've given it to him.
At least on the official score sheet, we just heard Paul Porter, the PA announcer, say it was Kucherov's goal.
Oh, are they saying Braden Point got one of the... How is Edmondson the only one going to the box? He did have the harder shot on Gord, I will say that. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. You know what? Okay, wow. When you... It's one thing you throw a little paw, you throw a little jab. Edmondson wound up pretty good. Now, would Gord be in the box if he didn't miss? Because he threw. Now it's a 2-man advantage for Tampa. I mean, the comeback seems impossible now. 2.5 minutes to go. Habs down 4-1. Lightning up 4-1. Tampa's just going to pass the puck around, basically. Oh. And now it's 5-on-4. Lightning still got it. Their passes are laser fast on the power play. Laser fast.
Bouncing it across for Stamkos. Got Kanyemi in a penalty killing roll over the box. That shot fought off by Price.
Carey Price still working hard. He hasn't given up.
Kept in at the line. Kucherov's on it again. Sherratt challenging him.
That's a good evade there by Kucherov. You know Sherratt sees you going into the corner. You're down 4-1. He's doing one thing. And that's getting a big old chunk of you. I know it's the Stanley Cup final and you... Oh, wow! From that angle? Stammer, are you serious? You're... Holy cow! The Tampa Bay Lightning up 5-1. There's Gallagher on the bench. It's good to see him there at very least. With 1:10 to go in the game, Steven Stamkos on the power play from the Steven Stamkos side of the ice, but oh, wails on the thing and banks it off Carey Price. That's a sharp angle for that bomb, and it finds a way through. Man. Oh, he's been doing it for so long that you almost forget. Because he's not even the best right-handed shot at that one time. We all know who that is, obviously. It's Alexander Ovechkin. But, and Patrick Laine joins the league and everything, and he's the new guy. Steven Stamkos, man. Don't sleep on Steven Stamkos. Less than a minute to go in regulation. Stopped by Vasilevsky. If you're the Habs, you just hit everything on skates. Ideally, not one of your teammates. Like, at this point, you dump it, and you go into the corner, and you try to get a hit. Doesn't look like it's going to happen for them. There's going to be something after the whistle. What's it going to be? That's just how it seems to work. And that's why Patrick Maroon's out there, try to keep the peace. He's already yapping. He's quit on the game. And game 1 in the books. Tampa Bay Lightning, a rather convincing 5-1 victory over the Montreal Canadiens. I do think Tampa looked like the better team. I don't think this game was as much of a blowout as the scoreboard suggests. I thought Montreal played well. Montreal forced Vasilevsky to make some excellent saves. Oh, did Carey Price make some excellent saves. But game 1 is in the books. And now Tampa, 3 wins away from a potential Stanley Cup victory. Oh! Who was that on Nikita Kucherov? Two-handed slash right in the ankle. I told you. I didn't see who that was. I think it was Shea Weber. That's a fine. He's going to get a fine. Nothing of consequence, of course. Hey, so I'll be wearing a Habs jersey next game because people raised over $10,000 for sick kids, and I said I would do it. The first 1,000 got you the jersey in the shadow box there. You can see my hand in different timing, screwing everything up. 10,000 gets you the red jersey, and I will wear it. From Robert Malloy, counting the $2,000 that was donated recently, the total sits at $10,730. Montreal Canadiens fans, anybody who donated, seriously, thank you so, so much. I believe really strongly in Easter seals. Well, I do. But I believe really strongly in sick kids. Back in normal times, when I was downtown, they do have a coffee place in there. And especially around Christmas time, I would like getting a coffee in there because they decorate everything. And it makes you feel like it'll restore your faith in humanity. Just being in that lobby for a few minutes. Everyone's trying so hard. Everyone's doing their best. And with a smile on their face. It's just a great place full of great people. Let's do some questions and then we'll get out of here. Overdrive. Will you ever quit being a Leafs fan? I mean, I haven't quit yet, so probably not. Kevin, who will Seattle take from Tampa? Whoever their worst player is. Because that's just Tampa's luck. Jackson, how deep will this series go? I think no matter which direction it goes, I think it'll go at least 6. But, listen, a team can look like clearly the best team in the first game, maybe even the first 2 games. Sweeps are hard. They're incredibly hard. Someone sent me a stat. I think it was the Habs have been involved in 27 sweeps ever. 22 of them were them sweeping the other team. They've only been swept 5 times in over 100 years. Sweeps are hard. Skadoosh, what's your favorite hockey moment of all time? Wait, that one. The gold medal game, baby. I was there. Section 322. So good. Oh, so good. I wrote all about it in my book. You can check it out in my book. Joey, think this will, come on. Think this will be rigged like the 04 Canadian team versus Tampa series? I don't think that series was rigged, but I do think that goal in Game 6 was a goal. So no. Do Monkey? What do Habs need to change moving forward? They have got to find a way to get past Tampa's blue line and actually get some sustained zone time. I know they kind of make their bread and butter off the rush, but one thing they did very successfully against the Leafs was dump and chase. But Tampa's defense ain't the Leafs defense. It's tough. You're asking me how you beat the Tampa Bay Lightning. And, well, for going on 2 years, no one's figured that out. Oh, and a very good point from producer Drew before we wrap. Montreal's penalty kill streak ends with that Steven Stamkos goal. I didn't even realize that. Their penalty kill streak ends at 13 games and 32 straight penalties. That's how good the Montreal Canadiens penalty kill has been and how good Tampa Bay's power play was tonight. Now, the game was over, basically, when they scored it. So, great on a curve, but a goal is a goal is a goal, and a win is a win is a win. Tampa Bay winning Game 1 of the 2021 Stanley Cup Final against the Montreal Canadiens. The Habs have some work to do. But for now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends that we raised over $10,000 for sick kids. And for Game 2, I'm going to be wearing this Habs jersey the entire time. I'll see you then.